Hello everyone, welcome to my channel IT Sector Tales. In this video, we'll be writing our first ever Python program. We'll be having a problem statement for performing some math operations, or more precisely a calculator program. So let's get to it. So the first Python program, let's see what is the problem statement of this program. We have to ask a user what he would like to do. We have to give him options. The first option is to either do a math operation. If he chooses this path, then we have to ask him for two numbers and perform the operation, and then again ask him to what he would like to do. Second option is to terminate the program if he says so. And third option is if he entered an incorrect choice, we will provide him a random number and then again ask him to what to do. So the program will get terminated only if the user wishes it so. Based on this data, let's deduce some part of the code, how it would look. So I have repetitive operations for doing these math operations. So probably I'll have a function for each math operation. Then I have to ask the user to provide two numbers for doing the operation. So I will ask input from the user, and again I have to ask the user what he'd like to do. This happens in two cases: if he chose a math operation and if he entered incorrect data. So let's combine path 1 and 3 into a one code statement and make them in a if else. So if he chose to terminate the program, we'll terminate it, and if he chose options 1 and 3, we'll have it looped in a while loop. So let's get started in Eclipse. Let me first write the functions for math operations. I'll have a add function expecting two inputs, and it will return the addition of those inputs. Similarly, I will have a subtraction function. It will return the subtraction of two inputs. I'll change the function name as sub. Then a multiplication function, I'll name it as mul, and it will return multiplication of two numbers. Then a division function, which returns the division of two numbers. So my functions are done. Let me add another function which asks the user what he would like to do. Since we already deduced that we'll have a while loop, let's run this while loop until it's true. That is, it's an infinite loop. It will only end when the user wishes so. So we'll ask the user what he wants to do. So we'll say please select any option, and we will give him what are the different options available. I'll say one is for add, and 2 is for subtraction, so on and so forth, and 5 will be for exit. Let's take the choice of the user in a variable called choice, and we all know which function to use to read the choice of the user. Now let's have a if clause. See what the user chose. If the choice is 5, I'm putting it in quotes because the input function will read the choice and give me as a string. So if the choice is 5, I will use a inbuilt Python function to just terminate the program. So there are many functions written already in Python in different class files. We'll learn what are class files. So for now, just assume a class file is something with a name like you create a function. So there is a class file called sys. In this class file, there is a function called exit which just terminates my program. So I'll use that function to terminate this program. If he didn't choose this, the other two options, if he chose choice which is in range of 1 to 5, I'm choosing range function here, so it won't undertake the last option, that is 5. It will only see from 1 to 4. Again, my choice is in string, so let me convert it to int. So if the choice is in this, I will do some functions here. If he didn't choose a valid number, I will have a else condition and I will print please choose a valid number. I have to write the logic for returning a random number in this case. I will do that later. Let me first add a code of block for a valid choice. So here I will ask the user to input two numbers since he has taken a valid choice. Let me read the number in num1. Again I have to do some math operations with this number, so let me straight away convert this number to int here itself. The second number I will store in num2 and I will convert this into int after reading it from the user. After having those two numbers, I have to again make a choice what type of number he chose or what operation he chose. So I have multiple options here, 4 options to be precise. So if I will have if elif loop. So if choice is equals to 1, again I'm doing it as a string here because choice is still a string value. If it's 1, then I will have a result variable and store the whatever the add functions return in a result variable. So I will store it in I will provide it the two numbers num1 and num2. Or elif, if the user chose some different operation like subtraction, I'll again store the result in a result variable and call the sub operation or the function and provide it with the two numbers which we have. Similarly, next two choices for multiplication and divide. Now I am done with the valid part. Let me deal with the invalid part. For invalid part, I have to provide a random number. So providing a random number, I will store that in a result. Again, there is a Python module called random. It is a class which has a function to provide me a random number. So I will use the module name or the class name and call the function randit. It expects two arguments, the range in which you want the random number to be generated. So I have decided the range as 1 to 100, 1 to 10. So the only thing left to do is printing the result. So even if the user did a correct choice of performing the math operation or an invalid choice, I have to print this result. So I will print it outside of this if else loop. I will print your result is the variable result whatever is it holds for now. So yeah, so this would be the logic, and let us just have a function called to ask me. This ask me function will in turn call the other add, subtract and multiplication. So we just need to call this function. Let's run the program. Okay, so these are the options available. So let me choose the first option. It's asking me to input two numbers. I inputted 5 and 3. So it gave me an addition of 8. Let me choose the second input. Two numbers, again the same numbers 5 and 3. Yep, it gave me the correct subtraction result and asking me to choose the numbers options again. So let's choose multiplication and two inputs I'll provide the same numbers. So yeah, it gives me 15. For the next option, that is division, I'll use 50 and 2. So yeah, it gives me the correct division 25. Let me choose a invalid number. So it's telling me to choose a valid number and giving me a random result. Again asking me to choose a operation. Let me add an invalid number. Yep, so it's asking me to again add a valid number and gives me a random number. Let me choose option 5 to exit the program. See, the program is still running, so let me choose 5 here. Yep, and it terminated. So this was a sample program for calculating or doing some math operations. So congratulations, you have successfully viewed or learned to write your first program. If you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. I'll meet you in the next video. Bye.